carro.
She stood coming the cunt, the face like a wrinkled prune. Can't fucking wait. Hey, to be well gone, bro, then!
Hey, somebody get some pants on that kid!